body, right? It's hard to listen to shofar if you don't have ears. It's hard to sit in the sukkah if you don't have a body. You put on tefillin. The halach is, what if a lower lane person doesn't have an arm? What does he do with his tefillin? Right? How does he take the lulav if he doesn't have an arm, or doesn't have two arms? Right? So at best, at basics, you need the body to get the shema to have the ability to fulfill the mitzvahs. Just on a very basic level. Yeah. And they should work together, and the more they work together, right, the better off they are. Even though it might be difficult at the beginning, especially, as we're brought up, with the concepts, the viewpoints, the hashkafas, the philosophies of seeking pleasure as an end in itself and a goal in life. Whereas the true hashkafa, the true philosophy is that the pleasures of this world are only there for us to enjoy the physical world to the extent that we need to use it to get ourselves properly maintained and supported in serving HaKodesh Baruch Hu. It's only means the pleasure of this world is only a means to have us serve Hashem in the best way possible. Right? But if you can do it without them, you can do it without them. And then you can do it yourself to serve HaKodesh Baruch Hu. Right? And once you're doing that, then the body itself is much more grateful to the neshama. Right? When the body is being satiated from the pleasure of this world, the neshama doesn't get any benefit from that. Right? It's the only benefit it can get is if it's going to be used in the proper way. Just like you have a horse and a rider. So when the horse is being fed, so the rider is not getting any benefit from that. Only to the extent that that horse is going to be able to pick up and go and carry him where he wants to go. But that the rider with the horse is feeding is not getting any benefit. And in the neshama, it's even worse, because if the body goes overboard and gets too much pleasure from this world in improper ways, especially, then the neshama is going to suffer, right? The neshama is going to suffer. So that's what the Mesilas Yesharim says. Mesilas Yesharim says that the neshama uses Chazal. Chazal say the neshama gets no pleasure from this world, because it's completely detached and separate and completely different from this world. It's like a princess. Chazal say this is a mashal, an analogy, and the Mesilas Yesharim brings it down in the beginning of his sefer, that the soul of a person is like a princess. And lo and behold, this princess gets herself married off to who? To a farmer, a peasant farmer. So after the marriage, the royal marriage in the capital city, in the palace of the king, everything there, whatnot. So after the marriage and after the Sheva Baruchas, the celebrations, so the peasant farmer brings the princess back to his farmhouse. He's got a nice little farmhouse. The whole thing is maybe about the size of this room. Has a little fireplace, a table, some pots on the side. He's got himself a bed over there, right? He's got himself a cow out in the back, and a garden, a little field, and an orchard, right? So he wants to make the princess feel at home, right? So what does he do? He goes out to the garden, get some potatoes and get an onion, right? And he's gonna make dinner. So he boils the potatoes, fries up the onions, and brings the princess a big bowl of his favorite dish, potatoes and onions, right? He's really going all out. Maybe he'll get some real fresh cream from the milk. He'll get milk the cow, and get some milk and make cream out of it, butter out of it, and put some like cream and butter on top of the onions and the potatoes, a little salt, and puts this big bowl of potatoes and onions and cream for the princess. And she looks at this. What's going on? This is the best you've got. Whatever, Mesilas Yesharim, the Chazal say, whatever this peasant farmer is going to give to her, she's never going to be satisfied. Never be satisfied. She comes from a whole different realm of existence. She comes from the palace of the king, the capital city, She's used to the opera and polo and all kinds of things, and orchestras and dancing and royal feasts, and here's this little farm life, out in the sticks, miles and miles away from the kingdom of her father, the prince, the king. But she'll never be satisfied. That's what the neshama is like in the body. You've got the princess coming from the spiritual realms, and coming into this world. So this world is like a hateful place for the neshama. The only way, Mr. Yerushalyim says, Moshe Luzzatto says, that if a person makes proper use of this world, so then the neshama is going to be fulfilling its purpose in this life, and then this world becomes important and chashuv and significant to the neshama, because it's the way for the neshama to fulfill its aspirations. It's got to accomplish. The neshama has to accomplish. After 120 years, it's going to have to give a report. Right? Not only that, every week it gives a report. Every Motzi Shabbos it gives a report, and it has to come up with a proper mission accomplished. Yeah.
How can it grow and accomplish and succeed if it's never satisfied with anything?
So the way for it to be satisfied, the Chafetz Chaim writes in the beginning of his Sefer Mishnah Berurah, says just as the goof requires physical food, the neshama requires spiritual food. What's the spiritual food of the neshama? The mitzvahs, right? Whatever mitzvah you do, one word of Torah is worth all the mitzvahs, right? Every time you learn a word of Torah, every time you do a mitzvah, that's feeding the neshama. That's giving the neshama the nourishment it needs. That's the accomplishment of the neshama. So if a person is using this world in the proper way, right, then this world becomes the means for the neshama to achieve. Just like, you go back to that farmer, that peasant farmer. He goes out into the garden, and he's got to get down on his hands and knees into the mud. He's got to dig into the ground to get a couple of potatoes. Right? He's got to dig into the mud to get a couple of onions. Right? So, yeah, you could say, this is a messy job. But if you realize, an hour from now, those potatoes are going to be steaming on your table, and those onions are going to be frying in your skillet, right? You appreciate going into the mud.
But Rabbi, please correct me. But you're telling me that I'm not going to get my bowl of cream and butter and potatoes and onions until I'm dead.
No. You'll get again. There is what we have. There is.
What other investment would any human being make in something that there's no return on? There's just somebody selling you the Brooklyn Bridge.
So take a look. Take a look here on page. Page number 4. Page number 4 to see. Top paragraph. You could even read that if you like now.
Elu devarim she'ein lahem shi'ur hapea v'habikurim v'harei ayon ugmilus chasadim v'salmud Torah elu.
Okay, so let's stop here. These are the things that there's no limit. Meaning you can give and give and give and give. You can do and do and do and do. There's no limit, right? There's no limit, right? And the last, Gemilus Chasadim, there's no limit to the amount of kindness you can do in this world. Divrei Torah, there's no limit to the amount of learning Torah you can do in this world. No limit whatsoever. That's Aleph. No limit. Now, next statement.
Sorry.
Yeah. Next statement. Elu devarim.
Elu devarim she'adam ochel peirosehem ba'olam hazeh v'hakeren kayames lo la'alam haba.
Okay, we'll stop there. Elu Devarim, these are the things sha'adim that a person oichel perusem bolam hazeh, that he eats the perus, he gets the interest, for them in this world, olam hazeh. The kayerin, the principle is kayemis lo olam haba, and the principle is waiting for him in the next world. He never touches. Never touches the principle. The principle is locked away. It's locked away. It's like you've got. They used to sell those U.S. savings bonds, right? Like $25 saving bond. You buy it now, and in 30 years it's going to be worth $65, right? So that $25 is yours, but the extra $40 is going to be yours. Then those things you could get them at the time of the accrual, right? But in this world, you could get the payrus at any time, right? So you see, you get payrus in this world, and the principal reward is going to be for you in Olam Haba. And okay, it brings down kibbut ava'im, giving tzesadim, honoring your father and mother, doing acts of kindness, Ashkamas Beis HaMedrash, getting up early for coming to learning, Shachris and Arvis, right? Haknesses Orchim, taking care of the people who need guests, Bikur Cholim, taking care of the sick, Haknesses Kala, helping out people getting married, Levias Ames, going to take care of the needs of a person who's deceased, Iyun Tefillah, that's being involved deeply with your prayers, and Avos Shalom Ben Adam L'Chaveru, making peace between people, and Talmud Torah K'neged Kulam. Supersedes, supreme over all is Talmud Torah. You want to take a look here on another thing on page 300, maybe page 400. I'm sorry, 402. Page 402. Well, finishing up in another 3-4 minutes. Maybe take a break after the show. Everything listening now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then Perek Shishi. And Shanu Chachamim Bilshon the Mishnah. The Chachamim learned in the same phraseology as the Mishnah. Baruch Shabbat Behem Mishnah Sam. Blessed is he, meaning Kadosh Baruch, who chose them and who chose their learning, what their teachings. Now, you could take over. Rabbi Meir Omer, go ahead.
Okay, Rabbi Meir Omer, Kol ha'osek batorah lishma zocheh lidvarim harbe v'lo od elo shekol ha'olam kulo kadai hu lo.
Okay, let's stop there. Rabbi Meir says, Kol ha'osek b'torah lishma, anyone who's going to be involved with Torah with honest intentions, Zoiche, he'll be privileged to Devarim Harbi. He'll be privileged to many things. Below Ode, and not only that, and so the Meforshim explains two things here. A person who's Zoiche in Torah Lishma, he's Zoiche Devarim Harbi, right? Below Ode, and there's going to be a list of other things. But the Devarim Harbi, we never were told about the Devarim Harbi. He's going to be Zoichel Devarim Harbi.
What's Devarim Harbi?
There's so many things, we don't even know what they are. We don't even know what they are. We're not taught what they are. He's Zoichel Devarim Harbi. Whatever that is, he didn't say. But beyond the Devarim Harbi, beyond the Devarim Harbi, beyond those many things, the whole entire universe is for his sake. And the Meforshim explained, Kol ha'olam kuloi. What does it mean? The double expression, Shekol ha'olam kuloi. The world, the whole entire world. What's it say? Shekol ha'olam kulo. So it's not just the world that exists at this particular moment, but the very existence of everything that was created by HaKodesh Baruch from the very beginning of creation everything that existed and exists up until this present minute and beyond, everything is for his sake. That's in addition to the Devarim Harbe, right? And not only that, right? Now you have a whole list of other things. So, a person who's learning, a person who's doing music, he's getting plenty in this world. What does it say here? Take a look. It says Nikra Re'eh. He's called a friend. Ahuv, he's called someone who is beloved. Oyev es hamakam, he is one who is beloved to Hashem. Oyev es habriyas, he's a person who loves people and loves the HaKodesh Baruch Hu. Mesamech hamakam, he makes a HaKodesh Baruch Hu. Makam is an expression for a HaKodesh Baruch Hu. He makes a HaKodesh Baruch Hu happy. Mesamech es habriyas, he makes people happy. Right? Umabishto anava, he becomes humble, v'yira, and he has awe. Right? Umaksharto yos tzaddik, and he's on his way to becoming a tzaddik, chassid, to become a righteous person and a upright person. Good. Yashar, a straightforward person. Neman is becoming a trustworthy person. Right? Narakto minachet, he's kept far away from doing sins. Right? And he's brought to doing things which are beneficial. And people take from him advice and receive from him salvations. Right? Bina, he has intelligence. Gevura, he has might. Mimshala, he has sovereignty. Hirkur Hadin, he has the ability to decide the law. Umagilin lo razi Torah, and they reveal to him the secrets of the Torah, right? Unasa mainam is gaber, becomes like a ever-flowing pool of water, well of water. Unayar sheina poisek, and like a river that doesn't end. Continual hovet sunua, he's modest. Erech ruach, he has patience. Umochel alabono, and he forgives people for what they do against him. Umagdalto, umaramto, al kol masim, and he's uplifted and exalted upon all the creation. Everything in the world, he is exalted beyond everything in creation. So, looks like you get a lot for doing, get a lot in this world too. You don't even have to go to college. If you go to college, you may not get even closer to all these things. Yeah. So, yeah, you see that, you see that the person does get a lot in this world. Does get a lot in this world. You may not drive a Mercedes and have a condo in Miami and a villa in Riviera. You may not have those in a bungalow in the Catskills. You may not have all those things in a penthouse in Fifth Avenue. You may not have all those things. But those things are going to be gone. They won't last forever. All those things don't last forever. So yeah, okay, we'll have to stop. So you're right. If the neshama gets what it wants, and these are the things what the neshama really wants and needs, and the way to get the derek to get that through Torah. Torah is the key to everything. Keneged kulam.